Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to today's session. So, in this particular session, let us discuss the remaining part of our content which we started to discuss, that is about natural vegetation. So, from the previous session of our discussion, let us recall. So, natural vegetations and wildlife, they are the two important components which exist in biosphere. So, biosphere is the fourth important domain which is formed by the interaction of other three domains, namely lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. Then, biosphere is the domain where life exists. The existence of life is going to be found or witnessed when uh, all the creatures, living creatures, they interrelate and interdepend on each other in order to survive their life. So the factors are the system which supports for the survival of uh, all the living creatures immediately to their respective environment. It is going to be identified or called or known as ecosystem. Then natural vegetation, it mainly comprises the growth and development of all the plants, trees, shrubs, bushes, and others. So plants provide us with timber, shelter to animals. They produce oxygen, they protect the erosion of soil, and they act supportive for the growth and development of various crops, and they even provide us with a variety of fruits, a variety of vegetables, and even they plays a very important role in regenerating, recycling, reforming underground water deposits. Whereas wildlife, it includes mainly uh, animals, birds, insects, aquatic lives. So these creatures, mainly animals, they provide us with milk, meat, hides, wool, and birds, they are the other important creatures which are helpful in pollination of flowers. And insects, they are the other creatures which plays a very important role in decomposing. They are the decomposers in ecosystem. Then natural resource as well as wildlife resources, they are the most important renewable sources of resources. These resources need to be used judiciously or with the proper implementation of plans. So without judicious use or without a proper plan of utilizing the natural vegetations and wildlife, it may create calamities or disaster to the nature. So natural vegetation and wildlife make a deep connection in preservation of both, can be done continuously or simultaneously in our day-to-day activities or life. Then let us discuss distribution of natural vegetation. So the natural vegetation is mainly the growth of plants, trees, shrub, bush, and others in a region naturally without the interference of human beings. So all the reasons, all the places are not going to be found equally distributed vegetation. So it mainly depends upon temperature and moisture. So forest, grasslands, shrub, and tundra are the major type of vegetation distributed in different parts of the world. Forests are mainly associated with the areas lying comprised with abundant water supply. So these forests are mainly found in a region where the region is going to observe or record heavy rainfall. So because of heavy rainfall, it supports or it favors for the growth and development of huge and large tall trees. Then second category of vegetation, it is grasslands. So grasslands are mainly found in areas having sharp moderate rainfall, and here in this grasslands, grass is the dominant. Along with the grass, even short stunted trees are also found. The decrease of moisture makes the decrease in size and the density of the trees and plants grown in the grasslands. Then tundra vegetation is the other kind of vegetation which is found in polar region, cold polar region. These tundra vegetation mainly comprises only mosses and lenchas. Then evergreen and deciduous forests are other type of forests. These kind of forests are mainly found or developed where the trees are going to shed their leaves depending upon the rainfall as well as temperature in that particular region. So for example, evergreen forests do not shed their leaves simultaneously in any season. They shed their leaves throughout the year because these kind of forests are mainly found in a region which observes heavy rainfall. So because of heavy rainfall, there will be decrease in temperature. So heavy rainfall and good and adequate temperature and temperature conditions in a region makes the trees to develop or trees to grow taller, about 50 meters high, or and even they stretch wide canopy. So because of that, they remain greenish throughout the year. So whereas deciduous forests shed their leaves in a particular season so that it can conserve the loss of moisture through the transpiration. In India, mostly or most of the regions where evergreen and deciduous forests are found, they are the forest which consist rich sources of timber and other forest produces. Then in Himalayan regions of India, so there we can we be able to find mixed type of forests according to their altitude. Altitude means height, such as taiga, evergreen forest and deciduous forests. So when we go on higher altitudes, there it will be witnessed changes in climatic conditions. So changes in climatic conditions will not favor for the growth and development of the vegetations in Himalayan region or Himalayan mountains. So as per the altitude, so there it is mainly comprised with mixed type of vegetation comprising taiga, tundra, evergreen and deciduous forest. So with this, let us stop our discussion about vegetation, and in tomorrow's session let us discuss about other part of the chapter, that is about conservation of vegetation and wildlife. So have a pleasant weekend. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you, one and all.